500 years ago, a man was being tortured in the dungeons of Florence. His fingernails were torn out. His bones were cracked. But he never said a word. That man was Niccolo Machiavelli. Do you know what he did? The moment he walked out of that prison, he sat down and he wrote. He wrote a book that is still being read today, still feared, still banned in certain circles. The Prince. The most honest, most ruthless, most brutally realistic book ever written about power. Machiavelli's message was simple. People talk about how the world should work. I write about how it actually works. And today, I'm going to do the same thing for you. Because the biggest losses in life don't come from your enemies. They come from the information you hand over to the wrong people. Betrayal doesn't start with a weapon. It starts with a conversation. Your downfall isn't engineered by your rivals. It's built from your own openness. So what did Machiavelli teach us? It is not enough to be powerful. You must understand what you make others feel when they sense your power. In today's video, I'm going to break down 5 critical secrets distilled from Machiavelli's strategic mind. These are things you should never, under any circumstance, share with anyone. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Number 1. Your future goals and ambitions. Revealing your intentions is surrendering your power. Think about it. Does a chess player announce their next 3 moves to their opponent? Of course not, because the game would be over before it began. Machiavelli writes in The Prince, "A ruler must learn to conceal his intentions, otherwise his intentions will destroy him." But what do we do? The second we decide to start a business, we tell everyone. The moment we want a promotion, we hint at it to our boss. When we want out of a relationship, we broadcast it to our friends first. And what happens? We get sabotaged. We get laughed at. Or someone else gets to that position before we do. Here's a historical example. In 1503, Pope Julius II was planning to seize half of Italy. Letters detailing his plan fell into Machiavelli's hands. What Machiavelli noticed was devastating. The Pope had revealed his strategy too early, and his enemies had used that time to build their defenses. Now a modern example. When Elon Musk was building Tesla, he deliberately hid his long-term intention to disrupt the entire auto industry. First, high-end luxury market, then mid-range, then mass market. The strategy was operational, not public. By the time his rivals understood what he was doing, it was already too late. The rule is simple. Act first, then speak. Share your wins after you've won them, not before you've even started. Number 2. Your financial situation and real income. Money shifts the power dynamic. Whoever knows it controls it. Machiavelli writes bluntly, "Men forget the death of their fathers more quickly than the loss of their wealth." Shocking, right? People are more attached to money than to blood. So, what happens when you share your financial situation? If you say you're making a lot of money, family members suddenly meet a lane. Business partners push for a bigger cut. Your boss quietly pulls back that raise offer, and your competitors start targeting you. If you say you're struggling financially, nobody takes you seriously, opportunities stop coming your way, and you look weak at the negotiating table. Both extremes work against you. The greatest banking dynasty of the Middle Ages The Medici family guarded their true wealth so strategically that even their neighbors in Florence had no idea what they were actually worth. That secrecy protected them, sustained them, and kept their rivals from ever locking onto a target. The rule is simple. Your finances are your shield. Don't leave your shield lying in the middle of the street. Number 3, your weaknesses and your fears. Never hand the enemy a map of your vulnerabilities. Carl Jung put it this way: don't deny your shadow, but don't put it on display for everyone either. Machiavelli had said the same thing in political terms decades earlier. The moment a leader admits weakness, enemies lock onto that point. Allies start to waver. Think about this. Have you ever noticed that the people in work meetings who constantly voice their anxieties out loud gradually become the ones given the least responsibility? Their boss stops trusting them because they don't trust themselves. Or consider this: every time you share your deepest fears with a partner, over time those fears can become leverage in the relationship. This isn't conscious cruelty, it's just human nature. Knowledge is power. Robert Cialdini, the leading researcher on the psychology of influence, backs this up. People follow those who project confidence. They try to manage and control those who project fear and anxiety. Share your fears with your therapist or 1 or 2 people you genuinely trust. Not with everyone. Your weaknesses belong to you, not to your enemies. Number 4, who you hate and how much. Use your anger as a weapon. Through action, not words. Marcus Aurelius writes in Meditations, if you seek revenge, dig 2 graves, one for your enemy and one for yourself. But here's what Machiavelli would add: never speak your hatred. The moment you do, you lose it. Because what happens when you verbalize your hatred? The other person gets defensive and prepares. Irreversible enemies are made. The room casts you as the villain. And you lose your edge. A brutal history lesson. Caesar's greatest mistake was telling his closest advisors about his growing distrust of Brutus. That whisper found its way back, and the Ides of March arrived. The blades came down. But Machiavelli's great subject, Cesare Borgia, operated differently. He embraced his enemies with open arms. He smiled, he laughed with them. And then, keep your anger inside. Channel it into energy. Redirect it into strategy. Move silently. Move deliberately. Winning with a smile is infinitely more powerful than losing while screaming. Number 5, the real breaking points of your life. Your past can be used against you. Guard it, Machiavelli writes. Old wounds are read not as signs of strength, but as signs of weakness, if shown to the wrong people. Who knows about the biggest collapses of your life, the deepest disappointments, the moments you completely fell apart? Are those people genuinely in your corner? Or are they holding that information, maybe without even fully realizing it, ready to use it in some future negotiation, some conflict, or to quietly block an opportunity that's meant for you? FBI lead negotiator Chris Voss makes this point clearly. Whoever knows your past trauma knows exactly how you'll react under pressure, where your emotions will hijack your logic, and where you'll break. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is the uncomfortable truth about human psychology. If you're going to share your breaking points, do it to heal, not to build trust. Because real trust is proven over time, not earned through confessions. Conclusion: Machiavelli's real legacy. Let's run through everything one more time. 1. Don't share your goals. Win first, then talk. 2. Guard your finances. That's your shield. Don't leave it exposed. 3. Don't broadcast your weaknesses. Never hand anyone a map to your vulnerabilities. 4. Use your hatred through action, not words. Win silently. 5. Protect your breaking points. Your past is a weapon. Make sure it stays in your hands. According to Machiavelli, power is not measured by how much you know. It's measured by how little you reveal. Men judge by appearances and rarely by what lies beneath the surface. Starting today, ask yourself this before every disclosure, every confession, every moment of radical honesty. Does sharing this information make me stronger, or does it make me weaker? If the answer isn't immediately clear, stay silent. 500 years ago, Machiavelli knew how to stay silent even inside a prison torture chamber. And that silence is what carried him into history. It can carry you too. If this video hit home, do one thing right now. Write down these 5 rules. Save them on your phone. Put them somewhere you'll see every day. And today, just today, apply one of them. You'll be amazed how much power lives in the things you choose not to say. If you got something out of this video, hit that like button and drop a comment below. I'm ready. I'll see you in the next one.